When I hear the word family, there are a lot of things that come to mind. Obviously things like love and security, commitment to each other, but also things like history and legacy and even responsibility. You know, over the last 15 years, I've seen all of those things displayed in the lives of people at Living Hope, people that are willing to sacrifice so that they can see others flourish, people that are committed to one another, that love others well. At the very beginning of our church, you saw this reflected in people that were willing to give up their time to set up chairs in a gymnasium or build a children's ministry space out of a racquetball court or a classroom, just so that others could hear the good news of Jesus. LH360 was a natural step out of that type of environment where people were giving over and above their normal gifts to the church to be able to construct a facility, not only a place where we could gather for worship, but a place where others could be sent out to serve others as well. In our first LH360 campaign, 95% of the funds were used to build our current facility in Piperton, but we set aside 5% of that to begin seeding mission projects, things that were to come. A few years later, LH360 Advance helped us to continue to retire debt, but then we were able to commit a third of those funds to be able to start training church planters and to support our very first church plant, LH Valentine Evergreen, here in the McLean Baptist Church building. In 2016, LH360 Reach began, and we were able to take a step forward in committing 2/3 of the funds toward church planting as we began to train even more church planters, equipping people not only in Memphis, but throughout the country and all over the world. Three years ago, LH360 Multiply saw us continuing this trajectory of giving more and more to church planting, and allowed us to give 80% of the funds toward expanding efforts through organizations like Leaders Collective, and even to pass on the gift of the McLean Baptist Church building to the newly formed Mosaic Church. This year, the elders have been led to take the next logical step in this progression, and we invite our whole church family to be involved in giving toward LH360 Family, in which 100% of the funds will now be given to our church planting efforts, as well as new initiatives like foster care and adoption and refugee resettlement. Being a part of Living Hope since its inception and seeing firsthand the love and commitment that this church family has for each other and for others has truly been one of the greatest gifts that God has ever given me personally. And I hope that others can find that as well. I'm really excited about what God is going to do as we take another step of faith into a new season of LH360 Family.